Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. Well, today I got let me first give you an update, the movie update, the outline of the script, the outline. There's a more to that word than has been done. Tomorrow I will be working with the screenwriter again to get the movie going. So that's the movie update. We're done with the movie update. Now let's talk about prison. I have a series of pretty interesting prison fight stories. Um, in prison is boring. That's why I've had this channel going on 4 years, and I really didn't want to talk about because you lock in, you lock out, you go to trial, you go to the yard. It's a pretty boring, monotonous um, way of life. So there's a couple of channels that talk about uh, what happens in prison, and that's not what this channel is about. But since I started working with the screenwriter, he's been picking my brains, and I've been going back in time. 50. This story is 53 years old. I'm going to be telling you all of these fight stories. Most fights in prison don't even last a minute. Not even a minute before the hacks come. Another inmate will break it up. They don't. The prison is designed so. At least the ones that I went into. Let's name them. Rikers Island, Bronx House of Detention. These are jails. Rikers Island, Bronx House of Detention, Queens House of Detention. Then I went to Elmira. Then I went to Coxsackie. Then when I was violated, I went to Sing Sing up in Ossining, New York. Then I went to uh, Greenhaven. So those are the prisons that I served my 4 year sentence in. Um, so that's the experience that I'm drawing from. And of course, it's 50 something years ago. And as I said before, who wants to hear prison stories? But my prison story isn't just about bop, bop, bop and end of story. No, they just keep going and go down roads that, holy crap. And the more I started thinking about these stories, I feel that they were very interesting. Now, all these fights, I kicked ass. I fucked them all up. So that's all I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about the ones where I got my ass kicked. Because why would I want to do that? Make me look bad. My hair. Right? I want to look good, but there was plenty of fights that I got my ass kicked. There's plenty of them, but not in this case. Back when I first started serving my sentence, I was in Rikers Island, all those other places I just named. Um, I was a pretty tough kid. And looking back now at 70, when I tell these stories at age 70, I'm 70 years old. And I look like I'm telling stories more than half a century old. I go, wow, I was wild. I can't believe I did the things that I did. I can't believe I got away with the things that I did. And for the times I didn't get away with it, when I went to prison, like what we're talking about now, I can't believe how a simple fight can turn into uh, a long ongoing story. There's stories to each one of these fights. Okay, so now we're going to go back to 1973, Coxsackie Correctional Facility in West Coxsackie, New York. I was there, and as I said before, I had a lot of problems with the Puerto Ricans because I had 2 or 3 fights with the Puerto Ricans, which I just did videos on. And not only did I kick their ass, I kicked their ass. We went to it's called an adjustment. When you get into a fight, they pack up your shit. You go to the Bing, you go to the keep lock, solitary confinement, whatever you want to call it, until the next day. You see the adjustment committee, and it's a little kangaroo court by the officer that stopped the fight, the reporting officer, and the sergeant, and he just determines how much how much time you're going to spend in keep lock. Okay. Um, so now, the way they work this out, just because you get into a fight in prison, it doesn't mean that you're going to do time in the being the keeper. It doesn't. You're going to go there, but then you're going to go to court, and they can say, okay, you were not the aggressor. That was the aggressor. You were defending yourself, or both of you were culpable, They both of you wanted to fight. And then the other thing is, where did the fight happen? If it happened in the mess hall, if it happened in a movie theater, that was a big ticket. They called it a ticket. That was a big ticket. Okay, so now, as I told you guys before in the last two videos, I had problems with the Puerto Ricans because I was white. Every single staff member in Coxsackie Correctional Facility in 1972, 1973, when I was there, they were all white. They all looked like me. They were all white. I mean, everyone. And I guess there was a little racism there. And, so every time I would get into a fight, even though I kicked their ass, they were deemed the aggressor. I got cut loose and they stayed. So the last fight that I did, the last video that I did was a fight in a movie theater. And in that movie theater, I threw a correctional officer off my back. I didn't know he was a correctional. I thought I was going. So now after we go to the adjustment committee, my favorite sergeant went, he's the aggressor, 90 days assigned. Now, what 90 days assigned mean is that you are eligible to get out of your cell, but not leave the tier, and you could be the house gang, help serve food to all the rest of the guys. That's what your job. You got fed, excuse me, in your cell, and the inmate would be pushing the cart and handing trays to you to have your meals done. Okay. So now all the Puerto Ricans hate me. And me, like an idiot, I got a date. I went to, not a date, not a date like that. No, that didn't sound right. Like, yeah, this big guy, meet him at a date. No, it was a date means when you go to the parole board, later on that day, they give you a slip of paper. It was parole granted. Was it granted? Was it denied? And did you get an open date, which means you didn't have a certified job or a certified place to live? You would get an open date. Whenever you get the job, then you get out. Okay, or a set date. I got a date. I got my date. I forget what it was, but I got my slip of paper, man, and I told all my friends, I'm getting out in 2 weeks, and so that's a stupid mistake you'd never make in jail. You never make that because they're fucking SBs in there that are just low life, and they want to start a fight with you. Especially now, I had this Puerto Rican drama going on with all of them, and it was much worse than I thought. Because after I put the second or third guy up there, and they were getting 10, 15 days. The one guy with the movie theater, he got a 90-day assign. He was gone for 90 days. And another thing, if you don't have a set a certified place to live in a job, you can also sign out. It's called a CR. You for every 8 months you do in a New York State prison, you get 4 months credit. Now, in that year, every single day that you spend in Keep Lock comes off. It's called bad time. You have good time and bad time. Good times. Okay, so where was I? So now I got my date. I got 2 Puerto Ricans still up. No, only one. This is like I don't know. I think there was 1 or 2. The other guy, the guy in the I forget now. Anyway, I had like 2 of them still up there, and I'm running around free, if you want to call it free. And I had the both of them up there, and the one guy got 90 days. That means they took 90 days off his, even if he was to CR, instead of doing 32 months on 4 years, now he's got to do 36 months. So while he's up there, he's really accumulating like jail time. He's fucking pissed, that guy. Especially when I got let off by a bunch of white cops, COs. Okay, so now I tell everybody, I'm getting out. I'm getting out, and I'm happy, but they knew it. and they wanted to get me in trouble. So because they wanted to get me to go back in there. So now, my beautiful assistant here, who just happens to be my daughter, did I tell you she's a valedictorian too? Yeah. Well, it doesn't take, first of all, it doesn't take much to get me impressed when somebody gets on the computer and they find these things out. I'm like, oh, wow, that's magic. So my daughter, so anyway, in order to tell this story, you really have to know what a tier looks like in Coxsackie Correctional Facility, So now I have a photo. So, okay, so now I'm a week or maybe 2 weeks from getting off, and these Puerto Ricans just hate me. So you have a house gang guy. That's his cell is always open, except when they count you. Then you have to be locked in, and they count you in the cell. You have to be in the cell. So, but for the most part, when everybody's locked in, they're locked out, and they clean the floor. So my cell I was in cell block A1, which was the first floor. It had 3 floors, and there were about 70 inmates to each tier, right? And it looked like this. You see? It looked exactly the color, the red floors, the cells. You see how they have sliding doors and a steel window. That's could have very well been where I lived. It could have very well been the tier. And of course, that's a correction officer, New York State Department of Correctional Services. That's it. That's what it looks like when we're all locked in. Okay. So, and this is another part of the story that's pretty good. So I had a friend of mine. His name was John Chisholm. John Chisholm was about 6'7", 300 pounds, and he was like 20 years old. And John say that this cell here, this is cell number 24, and the cell right across was where John Chisholm lived. So we used to talk. We used to put my face in the little open window. These are steel doors, and I would talk to him. So the correction officer is walking to the front of the tier, okay? And if you opened up that cell and went to the right, it was just a wall. It was a blank wall, dead end, okay? So I'm having a conversation with my friend who's 300 pounds, and most of the inmates over there, we were 16 to 20 years old. We were all skinny. We were kids, like, right? But not this guy. This fucking guy he had a dog to get in his cell. This guy was like huge. And he was a great guy. I'm going to tell you what happened to him. I actually tried to look him up to interview him for this story. I did. So now I'm going to tell the story. John was from Schenectady, New York. And like I said, he was a good guy. Nobody effed with him because he was just too big. He could take 3 inmates and just throw you. He couldn't fight a guy like that. And he was a good guy. He was from Schenectady, So I knew what his age group was. I knew where he was from. So I looked him up because I wanted to interview him about this story. This was an unbelievable story. And guess what I found? Last July 2023, John Chisholm was murdered in Schenectady, New York, at the age of 72. Wow, that fucked up. I got to. This is not the fun. So then I started, looking up a couple of my friends, and they're dead too. And as I'm doing this video, I can see myself like in a mirror on this computer, and I thank God I look this good at age 70 because I see people that are 10 and even 15, 20 years old, and they're on fucking walkers. Now me, bro, still got the guns. I'm in an incredible good shape. Thank God Almighty. Thank God Almighty. So yeah, John, you can Google it. John Chisholm, Schenectady. He was actually murdered by a guy two guys. One of them was named Evan. That's like do 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 do. Anyway, so I'm talking to my friend. I'm happy. He's happy for me. I'm leaving. This is the first time I've ever been released from jail. This is a big event for me. My mother, my father, everybody is happy, joyful. I can honestly say that I never started a fight. I can't say that for barroom fights, but I never started a fight in prison. I minded my own business. But I didn't take no shit. I went off you're gonna hear what I did to this guy, and I don't know if YouTube is gonna restrict this or what, but I feared going to that friggin' thing because I can't do it. There's nothing like being locked up 24 hours for a week or what. And it was I I would get enraged when I was fighting. All I could think of is I'm going to keep lock. I'm going to the Bing. I'm going, and you caused it. I would go off. Now, times that by 10, because now I'm going home. I got my piece of paper. I got my piece of paper with a date on it, and I'm going home. Those Puerto Ricans, boy, they didn't want that. I made them look stupid. I made them look stupid the way I beat them down, went up to the adjustment committee, and got out. So, the member of the house gang, this guy was my size. He was my size, Puerto Rican. He's on the house gang. So while I'm in this window with my face in the window, talking to, where is it? Right across from the floor. I'm talking to my friend John Chisholm. God bless his soul. May he rest in peace. I really feel sad about that. I couldn't believe it. You should Google it, you guys. John Chisholm, Schenectady, New York, last year murdered, 72 years old. And I'm talking to my friend, minding my own fucking business, minding my own business. So you see the correction officer, he's walking away towards the front. This guy walks past us with a mop in his hand, and he's mopping. See how clean that floor is? It's clean because it gets mopped twice a day, every day. That floor's got to shine. Not like the military, the Marine Corps. That's what it is. So he walks past us towards the wall, and he's mopping. Boom, 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 boom. And then he comes right in front of my cell. He stands right there, right in front of, blocking my ability to look and talk to my friend. That's what he did. And I said, hey, and he just stood there. He just stood there with the mop. He stood there with the mop. And I'm trying to talk to John, like, hey, dude, what are you doing? Move, get the fuck out the way. Get the fuck out the way. And he went, ooh, now, what a fucking idiot. First of all, at this point, these Puerto Ricans know that I'm no punk. So he's gonna pop shit because he's got a fucking steel door protecting him from me. I'm on the inside. But did that stop me? No, it didn't stop me. It did not stop me. So now we're getting to like, get the fuck out of here. And he went, and then what I did was I put my face in the window of the door. So I'll picture my face, and I knew this stupid sucker was gonna fall for it. I went, you man on the lockout, beat your fucking head. Now I'm going up. Now the CO is way down there. If you can take a look, he's way down there. He can't hear nothing. I'm in my cell. He's okay. So now I put my face right in the friggin' doorway. When I called him a bitch, I went, you fucking bitch, you on the lockout, you bitch, I'll fuck you. So what do you think he does? I got my face right there. I got a steel door protecting me. What do you think numbnuts did? Yeah, he threw a punch. He threw that punch. I backed up, grabbed his arm. Now, if you could look at the height of the door, it wasn't like he could throw a punch and it was done. he had to throw it over. So when he threw that punch, I pulled him and pulled him down. And then I put my foot up against the door and I was raking him. Bang, his face to the door. Boom, 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 boom. And he couldn't get out because he had no leverage. Because don't forget the door, the bottom of the steel window, I had him locked in. And then he was still popping shit to me. So now, this was a medium security prison. We all had double-edged razor blades to shave. We all had them. Some people might think that's bullshit, but we had a double-edged razor blade. Where was the razor blade? It was right on the shelf. So when you walk into my cell, my bed was to the right, the toilet was to the left, and to the left of the toilet was like a steel mirror. It wasn't glass, it was like a shiny metal material, and you could see your face. So my razor blade, my shaving thing, and my toothpaste was on this little ledge within arm's length. So now I got him, and he's still getting pissed at me. I got him so close, I was gonna bite his nose. I was fucking, so I'm just raking him. Boom! Now I got him. I take my left hand, have his wrist, and I'm leaning down. He can't pull his arm out, but he's screaming like a true bitch. He is screaming for fuck. He is screaming. So I go, you mother! I reach over, and I get my razor blade. Now I'm looking at him face to face. I could see his fucking arm in there. And I stick the razor blade in my mouth and I'm turning it. Because you had to unscrew it and then the two windows would open up. And I'm going to cut you. And now can you imagine him? I effed up I think it was his right arm. I saw it when he got out. So anyway, I'm pulling him in. It was like, with every pull was like a punch. His arm, his underarm. And so when I went to the adjustment committee with him, you should have seen his arm was all black and blue. So I said, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to cut you. And I'm unscrewing the razor. Now, was I really going to cut him? No, I wasn't going to cut him. But he didn't know that. And when I get mad, my face gets so red that now it was like sticking his arm into a frigging gorilla cage. The gorilla got your arm. Now what are you gonna do? So I got it, and I'm pulling him. I'm ripping him. I'm trying to bite him. He at one point his face was like right in the window. He was right there, and I wanted to bite him because I bite. So here comes the CO. Now I got his arm in the cell. The CO let him go. So the CO runs. Now this is pretty far. So this is 24 cell. Or one of these are 20. Yeah, this is 24 cell. I was in 31 cell. So I was like next to the last cell on the tier. Now don't forget, this is very important. The house gang is in number 1 cell, way up there. And I'm going to get to why that's part of this story is relevant. So the CO comes down, hey, get him out, let him out. And I didn't listen. I didn't listen. So then he runs up and he cracks my cell. So now he cracks the cell, he runs down. And back then, I don't know if they use them now, I guess not. This is definitely a correction officer. Back then, they had like suit jackets they wore, and they would have a nightstick. It was about that long, and it had a leather strap to it. You held it. They swing it like back in the old days. Okay, so he comes running down, and he's got that in his hand. My fucking hands. He's got that in there. So he cracks the cell. He cracks and the door slides on these rails up here. So he cracks the door with idiot's arm in it. And he can't open it because his arm is in it. Fucking arm is in it. And he's screaming like the true bitch that he is. This guy is absolutely terrified with the razor blade in my teeth. That he fucking like this story is just so fucking cool. I'm just glad I remembered it. So now the CO Comes down, he's got the stick and he's poking me. He's poking me with the stick. He's poking me with the stick. So I let him go. I let him go. So now he goes up, he's all effed up and he's popping shit. And he's telling me, I'll kick your ass. I says, yeah. If you, I said, he says, no, I'm not. I said, if you don't, you're a bitch. Yeah, you don't come and kick my ass, you're a bitch. So that's it. So now he's got to fight me again. I don't have to go up there and fight him up there. He's got to fight me again. So what happened was that CEO that broke up that fight should have locked us up right there, but he didn't. He says, knock that shit off. He didn't realize what the fuck the whole thing was. So he just thought he threw a punch and I pulled his arm. And I don't know, but maybe he had a date that day. This is like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The next time we lock out is for chow. Okay. So he didn't do anything. He didn't write nothing up. He didn't do anything. So now, chow time. I'm in 31 cell, all the way in the back where the wall is. He's in number 1 cell. So, and now everybody's like saying shit because I called them out. Yeah, if you don't come down, you don't kick my ass, you're a fucking bitch. I don't give a fuck. I just effed you up. Nah, I'm done. I'm good. I'm good. You want more? Come get it. Come get it. So in prison, when they crack your gate, like with those doors, they would crack them and they would a spring. It would open up like 6 inches. Boom, and then you slide it. You step outside your cell and you face the other cell. You face and you stay there. And then you got oh no, you lock out. Then you pull your door closed. It was manual. The only way they unlocked it was with a switch that unlocked it. And so you close your cell and you stand in front of your cell until you're told, let's go. Right? Here's where the aggressor comes in now. So now I'm facing John Chisholm, big, God bless his soul. That was a fucked up story. I'm sorry. I look people up. When you start looking up people and you're my age, be prepared that they no longer will be here. Be prepared for that. For all you people, I gave an idea. Let me look somebody up on the computer. They may, if you're 70 years old, there's a good chance that they're dead. They're dead. And always make yourself right with God because you never know when you're. Anyway, so I'm standing there, and here comes Jerkoff, the Puerto Rican. He's walking down towards me. As soon as all the doors are closed, we're all standing there. You can't do that. You're supposed to turn to the left and go out that way to chow. And he comes walking from 1 cell. Now look how many cells there are in there. So he comes all the way down. Now this is 24 cell. Mine's 7 cells. I'm at almost the end of the tier. I'm always at the end. So he comes bopping down. He's got a friggin' red bandana tied around his right hand, and he comes down. And John, God bless his soul. He was like, "Oh no, this doesn't work out right for him." I already instilled. When you fight someone, and you're gonna lose, or that guy you don't want to fight. He didn't want to fight me after that. I'll tell you that right now. That guy did not want any part of me. He didn't want, but he was in his little clique with all the Puerto Ricans. He was going to make it spreads, trying to kick there's a lot of white guys out there that, a lot of, in this particular prison, and for all of them, New York State is a big state. New York City is a very small part. So most of the white people that were in prison up there were all from Schenectady, Albany, some town name I can't even pronounce. But they were kind of soft. I'm from the Bronx. I don't know if you knew that. I'm from the Bronx. Got it? I just came from doing 14 months in Rikers Island. I'm from the Bronx. If I can make it out of there, this is a cakewalk up here. Just look at this and compare that to the blocks in Rikers Island. Fuck, man, this was like a walk in the park for me. It was like camp. It was like camp. It was like a camp. But anyway, so here he comes. bopping down with that. He's got the bandana tied around his right fist. Like, what is the purpose of that? A handkerchief. What is the purpose of that? So he's coming, and he's walking right down the center, and he's coming to me with his. He really walked like that. He's like, fucking did they do? What is that gonna do? This is scare me. It's not gonna scare me. I'm not afraid. I love that. I love it. Look, I'm getting red just talking about this. So he goes bopping down with me. And I turn. I step 1 foot out and I turn. Now I'm right in the middle facing him. And he must have needed a foot alignment because the second I did that, he started veering off to the left. He started veering off to the left and he came right down to me and I went right for him. Bang, right hand. And then he grabbed me. Then I took my left hand and put it up around his back and grabbed his collar my face in his chest, and I swept him with my foot, my left foot, and I dumped him. Now he's on his back, and I'm on top of him, and I'm just hooking him right here to the only one punch, but he couldn't punch me because I was right in his chest, and I'm cracking him, and I'm fucking him up. I'm so now the CEO comes. Now we're gonna go now. Now I know. So all I can think of, you're fucking up my date. I got my date, and I'm going to the fucking thing, and you motherfucker. I'm just wanted. He should have just left well enough alone. Took his fucking legs, but no, he came back, and his side of his face. When we finally went to the adjustment committee, I saw him sitting there. His arm was black and blue under here. He had a left eye was swelled up. He was no. So he now the incident with the pulling of the arm that never even came up because nobody said anything about that. So it was all about this fight. So what's wrong with what happened? What makes him the aggressor and me not? He walked all the way from way up here, or even further than this is 24 cell. I was in 31 cell, all the way down with a bandana on his, ready to go to war. There was no war. I don't even think he hit me once. He maybe glazed, fucking, yeah, whatever he did, it didn't faze me one bit. And when the CO wrote up the report, it was that the House Gang number one went down to 31 cell and with his handkerchief on his fist. What the hell is that? What the hell does that? Is that going to keep your fingers from getting broken when you hit me? Is that an idiot? Oh wait, so I didn't finish the way. Okay. Oh wait, let me back up. So now I forgot John Chisholm, right? So I'm locked on to this guy, and I'm clocking. And the CEO comes over there. He's sticking us with his stick. Stop it! Break it up. So who broke it up? John Chisholm. John Chisholm took his right hand, put it in my pants, in the back of my pants where I had my belt on. He got me there. He grabbed him and he lifted the both of us up. 300 pounds. I'm 150. That guy was 150. Like he just lifted us off, and then the cop got in there and we packed it up and we went. Okay, so now that's what John Chisholm did. God rest his soul. So now I'm just living. I think I had like 2 weeks to go. I had 2 weeks to go. One thing about Keep Lock is you're safe. You're not going to get into a fight in Keep Lock, right? Wrong. Keep Lock wasn't safe for me. So before I even went to the adjustment committee, we're up there. I don't know if it was a weekend or whatever. So we're both locked up. We're waiting to go to court. The adjustment committee is what they call it. So up in A3, that's where the Keep Lock was, 83. Remember the Puerto Rican? That's why these stories are so fucking great. Remember the Puerto Rican that got the 90-day assign? Well, he was still there. He was still there. And guess who's going to feed me? Him. He's going to feed me. And so the way it works when you get fed in Keep Lock, they have this cart, right, that the inmate has, and it's a cart, and it's designed to keep the food warm, and they crack your cell one at a time, and he goes, now he's handing me the food, and he goes, oh, there's a special sauce in there for you. He said something like, it's very special sauce for you, and he laughs at me. Now the CO, this is a Keep Lock. I don't know of anybody that ever got into a fight in Keep Lock, but I did. So now I got the fucking food, and I was hungry. I got the food. The CO's to my left, right behind him. He's walking with him to feed. And I just went like this with the tray. Boom, I hit him with the tray. The food went all over. Bang, right. Pushed him out of the door. Now I'm outside my cell, which you're not supposed to be in Keep Lock. The CO grabs me, pulls me back in, locks him up, gets somebody else to get. Then he goes, what? I said he spit. So now when he went to feed me, he actually stepped in my cell. So I said, he spit. Now I can't look at the food because I just threw it all over him. He spit in my food. Why is he serving me when I put him up there? Now there's a whole big, the friggin' captain came. Now, what do you do? So he got Keep Locked for whatever. And I said, he spit in my food. When he came in, he spit in my food and gave it to me. What do you think I'm going to do? Why is he even fucking feeding me? So now we go to the adjustment committee. He gets, I don't know what the hell. I don't even know what he did, but he can't be he must have did like 6 months in there for what he did. So I go, listen, these Puerto Ricans are after me. I got 2 weeks to go, Captain. Please, I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do? Let these guys beat me up? I'm not going to fight? He says, no. He says, we got information that these guys do want to hurt you because you put 3 of them in Keep Lock and you went out. We can't let you go back to general population. We can't. And at that time, I worked in the hospital. And because there were certain criteria to work in the hospital. Number one, you had to be white. You had to be white, and it's not official. You had to be white. I was white. You couldn't have any drugs on your record. That's me. I was like the only one in the whole place that didn't have drugs on his record or did drugs. So I would work in the hospital. I would pull the inmates' files out for sick call, and I'd hand the doctor the thing. I worked with the doctor and the nurses. It was really nice. And they pulled for me too. So, I mean, a lot of the staff, they like me. They like me because it's usually the white guy that gets beat up by the black guy. It wasn't in this case. I didn't have no problem with the black people. Just that the Puerto Rican. He goes, we can't let you go back in. We're afraid that something's going to happen. So we're going to keep you here until you leave. We're not going to take any, you just have to stay here. So I go, shit, I got 2 weeks. He says, no, you're just going to be housed here. Every morning, you're going to be able to you're going to be able to do your job, but you have to come back here. We got to protect you. This is like protective custody. He said, not like Keep Lock, it's protective custody. And so that's what happened. I think that was a pretty good, it wasn't, like I said before, the reason I never did any prison stories is because, okay, you got into a fight, he won, he lost, or there was both years, there's no, and it gets broken up, and then you go to the Bing. They're fucking, what's so interesting about prison? This was interesting. This was an interesting story. So then I got paroled, I got out, and so, anyway, so I thought you guys might enjoy this story. Now, this is a simple fight. look at all the twists and turns. This is the story of my life. It's nothing's ever simple with me. It's not. But I thank you so much, Kaylee. She was the one that found the. I mean, this looks exactly how it looked 55 years ago when I was there. This is exactly what it looked like. And fights like this, I mean, let me know in the comments below what you thought of this type of fight and how it just kept going for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. This story wouldn't go. Even in Key Block, I wound up in a fight with that guy. So please like and subscribe. The movie is going. This movie is going so fast, production wise, that I can't believe it. The writer said we got an outline. I looked up an outline. That means they got the whole story together. And now I just got to fill in the blanks. Tomorrow and Tuesday, this is Sunday. Tomorrow and Tuesday, I'll be working with the screenwriter, and we'll let you know what's going on. Please like and subscribe. And I understand that a lot of you guys are getting unsubscribed by YouTube. I don't know why. But if you did get unsubscribed, subscribe, because you're going to miss these stories stuff. And now I'm going to be going into the movie stuff that's going to be pretty freaking interesting. I'll be the only one, like a Sony, the one and only, the only one on YouTube that's having a theatrical feature film being made about him. See you guys on the next one. Mwah.